just a bloke in a bar.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to an episode of Bloke in a Bar. Before we get into it, it is Wednesday today. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. If you're listening to this on the Wednesday, tomorrow at 6 p.m., the 16th of November, it is 50% on apps off absolutely everything. New Bloke designs, new Bloke shirt designs, singlet designs. We got new Bloke crew necks. We got everything is there. It's 50% off, including Bloke jerseys, DMP shirts. And as I said, it is also 50% off the new designs as well. On top of that, we got Bloke thongs, Bloke cooler bags. The biggest sale we have ever done. It starts Thursday, 6 p.m., November 16th. So if you're hearing this after Wednesday, most likely the sale is already live. Once we are out of stock, we are out. It is done. We will not do another sale for minimum another year, maybe not ever. We've only ever done one sale in the history of Bloke. This is our second sale, so we do not do them regularly. Set it aside. It is the perfect time for Chrissy. Get your Chrissy presents. Ask the misso, hey, could you buy me this from Bloke for Chrissy? It is the perfect time. 50% off absolutely everything. With that out of the way, I've got the big fella, Corey Horsburgh here. How you going, brother?
Yeah, good, brother. How are you?
Very, very good. Thanks, mate. How's the drive up here? How's the drive?
Yeah, it was good. Few crazy drives in that, but it's always nice travelling up these ways and getting out of Canberra for a day, yeah.
Mate, Canberra, my wife's actually from Canberra. My wife's actually from Canberra. How have you been from North Queensland?
I'm from Brisbane, but yeah, lived up there for a few years, yeah.
And then you obviously did under 20s. Being, I guess, starting your footy in North Queensland and coming down to Canberra, you're used to it now, but when you initially came down, was it like a bit of a shell shock?
Yeah, well, they're kind of similar in a way. They're both like kind of big country towns, so it wasn't too hard on the move, but yeah, I thought I was coming up here to the cold, and first few days it was hot as, so it was a bit weird, and then... Yeah. Bit of adjusting, but yeah, I love it in Canberra, and I'm very happy there. Yeah.
And speaking of Canberra, this year, from the outside looking in, and obviously you're inside, so you know the ins and outs, you know what's going on. And I say this like fully respectfully. I'm not saying it in a disrespectful way, but I just felt that you guys did so well for where you're at as a squad. You know, you obviously Jackie Boy moving on, and you know it was your second full year with a new halves pairing. Fullback went down early on. You had a lot of in key positions go against you, and I thought you did incredibly well, especially that last game. Just to almost prove the doubters wrong. What was it like internally for you this year?
No, it was good. Obviously, I think we just lost a few kind of big games at key moments in the season, but. Yeah, I was really happy. Bit disappointing in there, like me and Puppy going down, but like you said, that last game, them young fellas killed it, and I thought we should have won, but I'm just happy they went out with kind of what we built. That's the Canberra way of bashing teams and playing tough footy. We're not a pretty team, so yeah, it was good to see.
And did you I guess midway through the year? I'm assuming, not midway through the year, but there was this yarns about you didn't win 13 plus, but you were in every single game. It was like a dogfight. You could play the Broncos or something. It's a dogfight to the death, or you might play bottom of the table and it's still a dogfight to the death.
Yeah, we're good at keeping the games close. Our fans weren't happy, and Ricky wasn't happy at times, but yeah, like I said, we're not the prettiest team, but we find a way to win, and hopefully this year we can kind of get a bit of pairings going and put some more points on. But yeah, I'm very interested for next year. I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that Ricky's done a real good job in recruitment for some young fellas coming in, rather than I guess going into the market and spending overs on a guy to get him down to Canberra. It seems like, outside looking in, he's gone, you know what, we've got a really good forward pack. Let's go young, develop these guys, turn them into Raider-type players. Is that the kind of feel heading into the new year?
Yeah, well, I love Ricky as a coach and what we're kind of building there. We've got a lot of young good fellas coming through. They might still be a bit young, but like you said, I think we've got the forward pack and kind of the experience now with Hudson and all them type of lads that we can kind of help these young fellas develop quick, and hopefully they can be the next superstars of the game. Yeah.
Is there any young fellas that maybe it might be a little bit early, but have really caught your eye at training?
Yeah, I love Chevy. He's Chevy Stuart. He's a young fullback and strangey, but I think Chevy's going to be a superstar in the future. He's got that confidence and that swagger that you kind of need as a fullback. Yeah.
It's just a different generation coming through now. They are chirpy off the bat.
Yeah.
Whereas back in the day.
Yeah, if we come in like that when I first started, you get a slap across the head. So it's different. It's a bit of adapting because we've got to put up with it. But you get used to them and they end up being like your good mates. So you just got to get through that initial chirp and try not to slap him across the head or something. But they're all legends. They're just a bit different now.
It's just different. Have you noticed? I think Ricky's like really matured as a coach over the last few years. And look, who am I to say what Ricky's done? Like he's fucking way above me. But just analysing the way he coaches, it seems like he's really adapted to that next generation. Have you noticed it? Not noticed it? Or?
Yeah, well, he doesn't blow up as much as he used to, but he's kind of. We had a chat the other day, and he like kind of what we're talking about. It's a new time, and even the way people lead and like the young fellas try to come in and be leaders now. Back in the day, it would never happen. But I think he's really matured. Just as a bloke too, he doesn't get angry or and he can have a normal chat with you now. So I think he's matured as a coach greatly, and I think we're going to have some success in the years to come. So I'm excited. Yeah.
And so, did you feel? Obviously, he's a huge part of your development. Obviously,
yeah.
But I guess one thing that you may have struggled with was just making sure that you funnel your aggression in the right direction. Did Ricky really help you with that?
Yeah. We had a few fellas at the club that kind of helped me, but I think it kind of comes with age and learning from mistakes you make and all that jazz. And I think I've obviously still got it in me, don't get me wrong, but I think I've kind of matured in that way. And cause Ricky's kind of similar. He has some blow ups in him, and kind of I can learn from what I've done and what other people have done. So I think I'm getting better, but I can't say I've got it out of my game because it'll probably come out eventually. Yeah,
it's so good. Is there anything? So, do you think it's just more time, or were there things that when you're out in the field, you feel like you're about to red line, you go, hang on a sec. Is there any like thought process, or is it
not
just maturity?
really? I used to like do a breathing thing and that, but I've just realised that I like it doesn't kind of hit me like it used to. Like if someone whacked me or if I dropped the ball, I would nearly tip from that.
Yeah.
But now I kind of just. Like his footy is going to happen. Like you might get a bit of stick from like fans or something, but like as long as you don't do it a few times.
yeah.
But I've kind of I think like I've just learnt from the mistakes I've made and kind of not wanting to let the boys down and
It's funny. I feel like you kind of get to an age where you realise that this doesn't help the team at all. Like it might make me feel better because I get that shit out of my. But as you get a little bit older, you realise like what's the best for the team rather than what's good for me.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, you've nailed it there. It's kind of just you got to like just dump it there, just forget about it and just do your job. So I think I've learned and I'm learning, but
see how what happens. Yeah. You know what? He's going to have a massive laugh mid-year, and this clip's going to come up.
Don't eat my own words.
Nah, mate, you've absolutely improved. Absolutely improved. As a young fella, though, obviously you're born in Caboolture.
Yep.
Mate, what's it like growing up in Caboolture?
It was good. It's a bit of a different town, a bit grubby and whatnot, but I lived there from when I was born in Cowboys Hospital and I left when I was 17. So I'm born and bred there. All me good mates still live there. Mum and dad still live there. So I'm a Cowboy boy through and through.
Love it.
And, love it. And I don't get back too much anymore, but not much has changed back there.
Yeah. And in regards to growing up, was it always rugby league? Was it other sports?
Yeah, I played a lot of sports as a kid. I was big into like little athletics, union, AFL, cricket. So I played like pretty much a sport every day as a kid. So poor parents, but at 16 I just played league and kind of started enjoying that, playing some good footy, and now we're here. Yeah.
Did you? What did you do at athletics? What events were you?
I was good at long distance.
The long distance.
Yeah. So I was good at like the 800s and 1200s.
What were Caboolture's colours again?
Red.
Red.
Yeah.
Oh
so
man.
that was and I used to do like, what are they called? Not like triathlons, but it was like every event.
Decathlon or
so
something?
I was like not good at every event, but I was just average. So I used to do that.
So you're mad decathlon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, good. Were you always a bit bigger or you grew into
I used to be like a tall, lanky fella.
Okay.
And then like kind of just when I stopped doing all the sports, I started finally putting some size on, but I had some bad anger problems back then.
So as a young fella, was league always the number one, or was just like, I just love sport?
Well, I would say league is number one. Dad, big into it. My brother, my sisters played. And then every day after school, me and my brother were playing like a weird style of footy, like chip and chase footy. So it was always footy. And probably big thanks to my brother because we would always be out the backyard either punching on or playing footy. So it was good fun. And I grew up just pretty much around footy.
around footy. But it does say here, you're a part of the Brisbane Lions Academy.
Yeah.
From 14 to 16. Walk us through that.
Oh, I was a good rover. I think 'cause I was good at the long distance and had a good boot on me. So I actually was all right at AFL. I enjoyed it. But I think at 16 they made me pick between the two. And I picked league. But
As in your parents made you?
No, the AFL.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they didn't want me to play like league, and because I was playing both of them on the same day and stuff. One year I had like the grand final in the morning, AFL, then grand final league in the afternoon.
So you
just
loved
kept
it.
hitting on the same day, and so I had to pick one, and I picked league.
League.
Used to love it. Used to love the pigskin.
Mate, do you say to Ricky, mate, give us a kick? Oh, you bloody AFL.
I'm always out there kicking, mate. I get in trouble for it. They always say I'm going to do me hemi or something. Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Wow. So AFL. So did you? I mean, was there ever a second when you thought about AFL or nah? It was always league.
Nah, I like the contact and like just the rough stuff. AFL was good. Like I got split more time than AFL and that, but I just loved league. Yeah.
Yeah.
AFL was just kind of my hobby.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So at this age, had you made any rep sides for league at all, or just loved it?
Nah, I made some rep teams for AFL, but never league. And then kind of I played like what's it called, Colts? Was it called Colts back in the day, the under 20s?
Probably. Well, when I come through, it was under 19 Colts. It might have changed to 20s, but it's called Colts.
Yeah, I played Colts and I played a pretty good year. Then I got picked up by Cowboys, and that's when I started like having a proper crack and just played some good footy. Then just got in a little bit of trouble up there, and that's why I kind of moved up to Canberra. But I just kind of started playing some good footy. Made my first rep team, I think 18s under Queensland, like the Origin team, that, and then just from there kind of.
Did you play it? Obviously, you played it for the love, of course.
Yeah.
But was in your head, were you like, I want to be an NRL player, or was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember having an argument with Mum when I was like 16. She got me on a job site, and I said, I'm not doing this shit, Mum. And then she's like, you will? I was like, nah, I'm playing footy, and kind of ever since that day, like I knew kind of what I wanted to do, and so that probably set me on the right path. I didn't want to work on a job site my whole life.
It's almost putting pressure on yourself of like, I've said it to Mum now, and she tried to do the right thing by me, but I'm going. That's funny. So did she actually wake you up that morning and go, look, we're taking you down?
Oh no, I went, worked all day, and she picked me up, and I said, I'm not doing this, Mum. And I argued with her. She made me finish the week. It was like a week or something.
Yep.
I just hated it. I was like, I don't want to do this. It was being a carpenter or
shippy.
something. Oh, and she wasn't happy, but paid out in the end.
So. Oh, thank God. Thank God. So you played for the Caboolture Snakes, correct?
Yeah.
Repping the Caboolture Snakes?
Yeah, played there like half my life, and then Redcliffe like from like 13s onwards, just because it was a bit of a stronger comp.
Yeah.
And then, so kind of a half Reddy boy, half Caboolture Snake for the league scene, yeah.
And so 2014, you win a junior premiership. Was that with the Dolphins?
Yes. So I didn't think I went any for Cabo. That Kawana Dolphins were stacked. They had like Reed, and they ended up playing for them, so they were pretty stacked.
Reed Marnie?
Yeah, it was their hooker. But I started beating like they had all the big like Islander boys like when I went over, so they were a bit. It's fucking double the size of us. And
absolutely.
then the older we got, the kind of more we started clawing back on them, and then finally got him.
I was telling we had Stuart on the show, Jaden Stuart.
Yeah.
And he was saying how it was a shock for him because he was going to school in Marsden, and then he went to Churchie.
Yeah.
And obviously, his old school, not obviously, but his old school had a lot of Polynesian boys. So he's used to being around his culture, and that's normal. That's normal. He said he went to Churchie, and like there was barely any Polynesians there, and he was like felt like a fish out of water. Yeah. And I said to him, it's almost in the reverse to a degree, where I played soccer till I was 17, and we were at Wavell State High playing just a random Catholic school.
Yeah.
And the Wavell boys first side got off the bus, and it was all Polynesian boys.
Yeah.
And at this point in my life, I hadn't played league, and also I hadn't really hung around any Polynesian boys because there was none at my school at the time. And my mind was, I couldn't believe that they were the same age as me. They had tattoos and that.
Yeah.
I was like, are you serious? It was like year 11. These guys are covered in tats, like 6'1", absolutely massive.
Yeah, there's a fella called
big boy.
Sid Smith in under 13s or something, like 6'2", I reckon, 110 kilos. I was front row opposite him, probably 70 kilos, fucking 5'8" or something. This is unfair,
mate. Actually, that reminds me. So I went to nationals for sprinting.
Yeah,
we would have been like, mate, 10, 11, 12, I don't know. Young as shit. There was a bloke, his name was Robert Boateng, and so he had African heritage. I'm not sure whereabouts in Africa he was from. I think we might have been 10 or 11. He had a full goatee. With 10 or 11, full goatee. Anyway, he was so, like jack, massive, way big. We're all these like little kids next to him, like 10 or 11. Anyway, so the 100 metres, we start. He trips at the start, gets back up, wins it, breaks the national record at 10 or 11 years old.
Yeah.
And then, as you said, in like 4 or 5 years, when everyone caught up to him, he was slow as shit.
They just don't change, do they?
Mate, big goatee, 10 or 11 years old, you're kidding.
Yeah.
Mate,
Scary.
I can't believe I remember his name, Robert Boateng. I think he's still got the record.
Never forget it.
Mate, no, because I just never seen a bloke so big at my age.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go to the Dolphins and you win the 2014 Junior Premiership. Do you remember the grand final for that game and who was it against or anything like that?
I think it was against Logan. I think.
Oh, so you're the big boys.
Yeah, so like they were the big dogs. Yeah. So I think we ended up pumping them, but like our whole time before that, they were like pumping us like 40, 50 nil.
Yeah, wow.
Kind of swell that we got like, because we're a team of like, just like little hardworking white fellas. So we were just like getting bashed our whole life. So it was good to finally get one back on them. But I think that's the only one we ended up winning. So it was good to be a part of.
Hey, at least you got one, baby. At least you got one. So you said your first rep side was under 18s Queensland.
Yep.
Had you already signed with the Cowboys at this stage?
Yep. So I played. We played. What's it called in Queensland again? Stuart
Q Cup.
Malmaninga.
Yeah,
Malmaninga.
Yep.
And we ended up winning that. Like we had a pretty good team. And then I just made the team from there. And we had a pretty good squad. It was like me, Paddy, Flegg, Harry. Yeah. So
at the Queensland side. So
we ended up having a good team back then, and we ended up getting pumped. But it was good fun, and always wanted to play for Queensland, and it was a good experience. Yeah.
And so the contract from the Cowboys there, did you have interest from any other clubs when the Cowboys come knocking?
I don't think so. I think I got a training trial at the Cowboys, and then like I had a really good preseason. Like just got like fit as and made sure I killed it, and then got a contract, and then played some good footy. Ended up like playing Malmaninga, then got straight into the 20 squad after that. Finished and I really enjoyed my time up there. Yeah.
What was the move like up there? Did you go with your parents?
So they picked me up out of schoolies because I went.
It always falls on schoolies.
Graduated schoolies for 3 days, and then they picked me up from the Goldie and drove me to Townsville.
Oh, you all drove up to Townsville?
Yeah. So I was a bit sooky at the moment because I was like a bit emotional. Even my best mates went to school with my whole time, and
you just experienced the school. Like schoolies is the last moment with all the boys.
And I kind of like just started drinking. Like I was just having fun, and then I was like, got to get back onto my goals, and so it was a bit of an emotional time. But I like I said, I really enjoyed my time in Townsville. I moved into a homestay up there, and ended up like kind of falling to like my second family, and still talk to them today, give them jerseys of mine and stuff. So it's a really good experience for me, and I still talk to them. Yeah.
So your parents drove you up?
Yeah.
But then you stayed at a homestay after that, and they went back down to Caboolture?
I think they stayed with me for a week.
Yep.
Just because they kind of wanted to see it all. And, then I was really lucky with a very nice homestay.
Yeah. Was it tough though? Like young fella, you would have been 17 years old. Yeah. You've left your mates, you've left your family, and your homestay can be perfect. They sound like great people.
Yeah.
But that doesn't replace the fact that it's a new environment.
Yeah. I think like the first few months, I think you just got to get past the first few months. But like getting phone calls from your mates and like kind of missing moments and I think it comes with it if you want to kind of pursue the dream and like you're not going to be able to stay at home forever. So it was tough early on, but eventually met some good mates and then ended up never really coming back. So I was pretty lucky. But it was hard, and I could see why young fellas struggle. And but I got over it kind of quick. Yeah.
So you get there, and you basically get essentially straight into that 20 squad. Do you remember your 20s debut at all? Did it come as a shock or?
Yeah, I think we just just lost the national champs to Penrith, and then the next week, Aaron Payne was our coach. He set up debut, and then it was in Wollongong against the Dragons. So it was it was a good time. Family all flew down, and pretty special. But I remember it.
Yeah. And do you remember anything from the game?
Yeah, I got in trouble. It was like kick pressure. And as he kicked out, I just like smashed his legs. So like it was like first tackle, so I was a bit excited, and just killed his poor halfback. So that's kind of what I remember it, and fuck, it was funny. Yeah. But yeah, got in trouble.
Because like the tough thing for you, like okay, so forwards like yourself coming through now, they're taught essentially from the get go, just don't touch kickers, pretty much. Whereas when I was coming through, and obviously I'm not a forward, but I heard what the forwards were told. It was like, if you get a shot on that half, you fucking take it.
It wasn't even a penalty, I don't think. I got his legs and it didn't end
wasn't
well.
good.
Yeah. I think like the couple of years after that's when like kind of the rules started coming in and that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was all over. Like my mates were sharing it everywhere, and that, so it was a funny time.
Yeah.
But that's the big memory for me.
What the coach say? Was he like, mate?
He was happy, but like I think he was a hooker and a half, Painting.
Yeah.
So he just like said, you can't do that. Cause like but it was funny. Yeah. So
well,
do
good
that anymore. Yeah.
Okay, so you play for, was it just 1 year with the under-20s Cowboys?
No, I played 2. So I was a year. Played with like I think Brandon Smith was a hooker. Like we had a good
kick
team.
Out?
Yeah, no, I came in the year after kick out.
Okay.
Like I think Cohen Hess was still playing. Like there was a few good boys still playing, and the year after that it was kind of just all people my age.
Yeah.
And we ended up going good again, but we lost up Manly, I think, in the finals. Yeah.
In the grand final?
No, so we lost the second final, I think, and they ended up going through and winning it. So
oh wow.
Yeah.
Was that like Nico Hines in that Tom Trbojevic era?
I think they were
a year older.
The year before. Yeah, they're older than me.
Yeah.
But I think they won it the year before. We lost to Penrith my first year in the prelim, and that was like Luai. That was kind of all them good boys now.
Yeah.
Lost to them, and the next year they had a pretty good squad too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you played 2 years. Getting selected for Queensland, was that a surprise? How did that come about for under-20s?
Under 20s.
Under 18, sorry.
18s, yeah. That was a surprise because I didn't really think I would ever get picked because you kind of they have them boys that always make it, when you're a young fella. So I just didn't think I'd ever make it. And Ruben obviously was the lock. Like my whole career with a gun, and he still is obviously.
Yeah.
But I think he went through that year when he ACL. He did 3 years in a row.
Oh wow, okay.
So kind of he was at the Cowboys with me. So it just kind of opened up a position for me at the time, and I just went on a pretty good run of footy and ended up playing all 3 years of my juniors at the Origin. So it was a good time, and the 18s was very special. We lost, but it was a very special memory.
What position was Paddy playing then? Front row?
I think it was front row. I was lock. I think he was front row. And then
Harry Grant 9.
Yeah, and I think Flegel was the other prop. Oof. I definitely know last year's 20s, it was Harry Grant, Fleg and me, Fleg and Paddy, and then I think even Reed was 14.
Far out.
We had a pretty good. I think Tino was on the bench.
Stop it.
Yeah, I think we had a pretty good squad. Brimson, I think, played.
Yeah, wow.
So that was the year that was the first ever year that I think Queensland won it. So it was a pretty good year because New South Wales were pumping us, I think, forever.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was a pretty special year. And you look back at it now, we had a pretty good team and a pretty good squad. And Hodges was our coach. So yeah,
Justin Hodges.
Yeah, he was
Brother Hodgie.
He was a legend, and he was a bit passionate about it also. It was good fun. Yeah,
mate. He is a legend. He is actually a legend. Yes. Okay, so then you get offered a contract to play for the Raiders, but was there any other clubs? Because you're in a position where I'm assuming other clubs are interested. Yep. Was there any other clubs interested?
I don't think so. I got in a bit of trouble. In Townsville, just doing silly stuff.
Like, is he not fighting or
like drinking and fighting, just being a
young and stupid.
Yeah, just having fun. And then they said, "I want to offer you anything." And Ricky gave me a call, and kind of when he called me, it kind of just locked in my decision. I didn't really want to go anywhere else.
Yeah, okay.
Then I had to kind of write a formal apology to the NRL and that to keep my contract with.
Yeah, wow.
So it was a bit of a weird point for me, but I probably wouldn't change it at all. I was just young and having fun, and kind of you have to learn the hard way sometimes. And I'm kind of grateful I did, 'cause I'd probably be playing somewhere else, or my career could be completely different. So I'm a big believer everything happens for a reason. And when Ricky gave me the call, kind of locked my decision in. Yeah,
that's what one of the big reasons, or not one of the big reasons, a huge reason why I love league and NRL specifically is it's a game of second chances. How many young fellas like yourself that you can carry on a little bit off the field when you're younger, and in a lot of places or sports they just cut you.
Yeah.
Just go, nah, stuffed up, see you later. Whereas league is really good at going, mate, you're going to be better off with us and improving yourself as a man than getting cut and just turning into a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, because a lot of us, I wouldn't say a lot of us, but a lot of league boys like love to have a good time. And sometimes when you're a young fella, you make a mistake that it's not that serious, but it's just all over the media and they make it a big deal. And so a lot. It's good to see that a lot of boys get second chances, and a lot of the time they make the most of it. So
yeah,
it's probably warranted half the time. Yeah.
For sure. Okay, so Ricky calls you. What did he say to you? You don't have to reveal if it's personal, but the broad strokes.
Yeah, I it's a little bit ago now, but I'm pretty sure he said, like, I see you as a Raider, and I like the way you play your footy, and I see you playing for me, and kind of all that jazz, and talked to my dad, and my dad liked him, and so that was a big selling point for me, and he kind of looked after me, kept his word with pretty much everything he said. Like, he made me play, cause I was still 20, he made me play 6 20s games. And then the rest of the year cup, and he said that's what he's doing. And then my debuted round 1 the next year. So
wow,
it was pretty special. And like, I obviously worked hard and did everything I could to put myself in that position. But he kind of showed his faith in me. And so that's why I like him. Yeah.
It's really telling that he's like, I think you're a Raider.
Yeah.
Because he clearly has a specific type of player that he does believe represents the DNA of the club.
Yeah.
And as a kid, you know, you just want to be wanted, to be honest.
Yeah. I think that is a big factor. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, seriously, I would have played for fucking peanuts. If the club says they want me, I'm like, all right, I'm here. I'm good.
Yeah.
And it sounds stupid, but it really is the truth.
Yeah. I think especially the young fella, if someone shows a bit of faith in you, you'll probably get them over the line half the time. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you get down to Canberra, bit of a wake up call in regards to the heat and everything.
Yeah.
How did you go? So you'd already been away from home, but this is another state.
Yeah.
You know, did you struggle at all with that or
Nah, not
really?
at all. I was actually closer to home in Canberra than I was Townsville.
Oh,
it doesn't
good point.
sound like it. Yeah, but Townsville is like 17 hours away drive, and Canberra's like 11, 12. So it turns into like actually closer for me.
Yeah, okay.
In a weird and better drive and all that. So it wasn't hard at all. My sister ended up moving down about 8 months later because she got offered a decent job in Canberra, so made my like transition all that pretty easy. She's a pretty good cook too, so it helps out. Yeah,
mate, I was eating friggin' beans on toast until I was like 28 years old.
Yeah,
pathetic, absolutely pathetic. So you get down. Did you train initially with first grade, or you go to their 20 squad?
No, I was straight on a rookie contract, and then next year top 30. So it was tough.
Yeah.
My first like proper NRL
I was going to
season.
say, what do you remember from that first preseason in the NRL?
Just a lot of contact, a lot of running, not much like care or science behind it. They just would run you like a dog.
Old school.
I remember my first year I got like plantar fasciitis, like all the fractures on my feet. We were in that much, and they didn't care that I had to keep running with it and that.
Oh my!
So it was just like, I was like, oh, what am I doing? It was tough, but I think that's how it should be when you're a young fella. You should get flogged and kind of turned into a tougher player, in my opinion. So I think that's how it should be. Yeah,
mate. I obviously within reason, but I agree. Like I do think sometimes that we should definitely always try to bring in science. Like I think science is good for sure. Like the more knowledge we have to be, the better we can be. But there's nothing can replace just flogging a bloke because it's actually not his physical fitness you're testing, it's his mental fitness.
Exactly, yes. I think like the old fellas I don't think need it as much, but especially because they always get the younger fellas in for a 3-week period. I think that's when they should test them out and kind of keep who they want there and that. So I enjoyed it. It was tough and I didn't enjoy it personally, but I
looking back on it, you go, you know what? Pretty good.
Yeah. I liked it, yeah.
I tell you what, Melbourne Storm, there's a reason why they make people work a full-time job and go and do a full-time pre-season while they're, as in like for the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they do it.
Yeah.
To see whether you mentally can cop it.
Yeah.
Because like when I was coming through as well, it was genuinely like, all right, boys, we got 5100s, 4100s, and it was just go.
Yeah.
So you're running for like, there's blokes spewing everywhere. There's no science whatsoever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think there is something to be said for just, not only is it like shows who wants to be there a lot, but I think it also teaches you a lot about yourself too. I think as a young fella, you don't actually know how far your body can go.
Yeah.
Go, oh, my knee's sore. I'm just going to sit. I'm just going to chill. Whereas like when you get to these points, you go, actually, my body can go way further than this.
I remember one session we did I think we're doing 12 800s or something. And Ricky was up and he's off, not even watching. Come down, he's like, I'm not happy with it. Do them all again. So we would end up having to bloody run them all again. And not one of us made a single time, but fuck, it was funny.
Mate. And it's all just about, you're in a game.
Yeah.
It's the 75th minute. Everything hasn't gone your way. How do you handle that situation?
Yeah.
Do you respond by sooking and letting the game go? Or do you go, boys, we're on again, let's go?
Just run.
Yeah. Do them again. Oh, the heads. Could you imagine some of the heads looking at each other going,
We had the next day off and we ran because we used to be in the city. We just went straight to the pub and it was all organised before, but it was a good day. Getting it done and then just going straight to the pub as a team. Mate. And they're the best days. Yeah,
absolutely. Like when you're walking off and you've got the ice bath, the water. It's a hot day, but all the boys are done and you just drained. Yeah. There's no better feeling. And there's a beer just waiting for you.
It was the best.
Okay, so that first preseason. Who in the first grade squad, like training with them, made you really realise like, oh shit, this is the standard. Like these guys fucking every day is that standard.
Joshua Hodgson, he was like the best trainer, the best bloke. He helped me with a lot of stuff too. So he was like kind of like the standard, just to be like a first grader and how the way he talked, the way he led. And I got a lot of respect for Hodgie. Yeah, he's a Raider. Yeah.
It's funny, as a young fella, you should be so much more clued into it. But you like I don't know why I didn't ask myself, how come all the older boys are always here first?
Yeah.
Always stretching, always there leaving last. But you don't clue on until they tell you, mate, this is why.
Yeah.
I think, for example, very rarely, unless they're like a genetic freak talent, do you see an old fella that's been there like 200 games that's in last and leaves early. Yeah. You never see that shit.
Yeah. I could probably name a couple, but
unless they're a genetic freak, unless they're like one of the best.
Yeah, you've nailed it. But it's a very rare occurrence.
Let's put it this way, brother Hodgie, I'd never seen him do one squat in my whole life.
Yeah,
he didn't squat, but it was mad. So like you can get guys like that who are just like incredible. But like Darren Lockyer, he's rocking up.
Yeah.
Fitter than anyone, and he hasn't even done preseason yet.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. That was a bit like Hodgie. Yeah, you'd get there and he'd getting his PB bloody first run.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I'm coming last first run.
Mate. First run. Yeah. What about how you think you're fit and then you get back to preseason and you're like, I'm dog shit.
Your back or something goes, and then you're just on the treadie and then you're like, fuck. Here we go again. You get them demons coming there.
Oh, mate. Demons were already there before I got there. In the car. Just you know when you roll in for the first time and you're just sitting in the car looking and you're counting the cones?
Yeah.
Okay, the cones are there. Oh, fuck.
Weird feeling in your belly. Like,
okay, so you make your debut, round 1, 2019. Was that expected because Ricky had kind of promised it, or was it still a bit of a surprise?
Oh, he didn't promise obviously the round 1 debut or anything, but
just that you would get start eventually.
He kind of, it was a pretty like weird experience for me. So I was on the bench, like for the second team. Do you know how the first trials normally like the fringies, a couple of first. So I was on the bench for that. Played a really good game, and I got on the the starting team because they didn't know who to pick like for the NRL trial. So I played on the starting team for like the cup trial, but with like a few of the young forward that they were kind of picking, and they didn't know who to pick, and then played a really good game again. So and then I got on the bench of the main NRL trial. And then just killed it. Played a really good game. So kind of all just like happened, and just got very lucky. Ended up playing 4 trials that 2019 season.
Wow.
So we played a cup trial again, but it was like me, Dynamis, it was all like the benchies for NRL, just to who to pick, and I just luckily played like a good game again, and I found my way on the bench in the first game of 2019.
Do you remember how he told you at all? Or
he pulled me into his office, and it was pretty special. Like obviously, kind of how all coaches do it now, but he just told me and just told me to keep it quiet until we released the team out. So it was pretty special. It was on the Goldie too, so family weren't too far away. So it was a very special.
What was the phone call like to your parents? Do you remember that at all?
Hey, it was good. Dad's a big footy head, and he loves it. He comes to all my games pretty much. So it was a pretty special convo, and just to see how happy he was, and it was special, and obviously something that you'll never forget. But I loved it. Yeah.
So you roll in to the Gold Coast Titans Stadium, who I say it all the time, I think it's one of the most underrated stadiums there is, but that's just my opinion. But you roll in and that really strange feeling of like sitting down in the locker room, you're like, I'm sitting with first grade here. Yeah. What was it like for you?
No, it was special. He told me like I might not get on and just and then I ended up getting like put on first interchange and went. So it was pretty special. I remember running up, Dad was crying in the bloody crowd, and I was like, what's going on here? I ended up dropping at my first run too, I think.
Oh no!
It was a pretty good day. I think I whacked someone the next off the tap and they dropped it. So I was like,
oh, that's right. Cancelled it out.
So cancelled it out.
Yep.
Ended up. I was probably carrying on a bit that day, but you know how it goes.
Yeah.
Bit excited.
Yeah.
Trying to make a mark, and
yep.
I really enjoyed that game. We ended up winning like 19-0 or something. So it was
wow.
It was a very special game.
Yeah. Is there anything other than obviously knocking it on, and then obviously making the player knock it on? Is there anything else about the game that kind of makes you like that you remember, just a moment or anything?
Oh, I just remember like it was a grind. Like, and you don't really get that in the young footy. Like it was just like kick, tackle, kick, tackle, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, like everyone was kind of just so like in tune, and so that's what I remember. Just like everyone kind of does their role and does it well, and it's not really like more contact than cup or anything. It's just like no one really makes mistakes.
Yep.
And like it's just like that's kind of what I remember, and I was like, oh, I like this. Yeah.
And the ball's in play for longer. Whereas like cup, like every third set, drop roll. Walk to the scrum. So basically, you make 22 appearances that year. Could you ever have imagined that you'd go from like fringy or rookie, in 4 games, then you get named in round 1, but then you play 22 games in your first year?
Yeah, so it's a pretty weird year. I was on matches that year too, so I robbed the club. Yeah. No, it was. I really enjoyed that year. It was obviously before COVID hit, and the whole family could come in the sheds after the game and have beers. And I remember because we had such a good year that year. Every game, the sheds were packed. And beers were flowing, and like just how you see how happy the families were, and seeing all the kids roll around. So yeah, it was pretty special year that year. Yeah.
And so you're playing a grand final.
Yeah.
Can you remember the lead up to that? Are you, because you're so young, are you just kind of caught up in the moment? What was the week like?
Yeah, I do remember it. I realise now how hard it is to make, but at the time, like my first year, like I thought, oh, this must be normal, and I probably did take it for granted, but I do remember how special the week was, seeing all the fans, and they all just rolling around happy as and running out that day, and just seeing the sea of green, and it was crazy. Yeah.
And in the game, what do you remember most from the game?
It's probably not a good thing, but when we're losing, I was on the bench, like I just got taken off, and Ricky comes to me, he's like, he said, win us the grand final. Like we were down by 6 or something, and I get on 4th tackle, and Jackie kicks it or something, and you see me just fly on, and I could try to kill Tedesco, like probably shoot like 10 metres past, missed him, but like that's what I remember, trying to win the grand final with a massive hit. Pitcher, and he would drop the ball, would pick it up, and I just completely missed him. And but it was a pretty.
I got it, coach. I got you.
Yeah. So that's probably like big. But other than that, it's a pretty big blur. Like it goes really quick, and it's pretty intense the whole time too. So it's just a weird experience.
Yeah. And I mean, the crazy 6 again call happens, and there's controversy around that.
Yeah.
Your siren goes and you've lost. What did Ricky say? Because I'll never forget how well Ricky handled that press conference. You know, because whether you agree or disagree with the 6 again call, now it's irrelevant. It's done. It's done. Yeah. But the way he came in there and he didn't make it about that, I had a lot of respect for him then. How did he deal with you boys?
He was good. He just said how proud he is, and I personally think we played the better game that game. Just lost key moments, but he just said how proud he is of us, and I think that year they were tipping us to come last or something. So it was just a special kind of buzz. Obviously sad, but it was just to be in a moment like that is pretty special. And I think he was just proud of us, and kind of that's what he really talked about. Yeah.
I mean, you would have played a bit against him. Was his last year? But is it cool to be able to say, you got to play in a grand final against a guy like Cooper Cronk?
Yeah, it was a bit crazy. Yeah, I played against like Cam Smith that year, Cooper Cronk. So it was pretty weird. Like, but like in the moment, you're
not thinking that.
Think of it, but like something to look back on. It's pretty cool because I'm a big Queensland man, and I loved watching them pump New South Wales, and Cam Smith, like big reasons for that. So it's pretty special playing against like people that you kind of look up to. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, even like I was playing with a guy like Lockie and when you're playing with them, like they're just your mates or if you're playing against someone, like that's just the opposition.
Yeah.
It's not till after you go, fuck, so lucky, privileged to be able to share a field with these guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so also that year as well, you named it prop for the under-23 junior Australian side.
Yeah.
That was really, I liked that concept. I thought it was cool because you had guns in that side.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was really cool. Like got to meet like a lot of boys my age from similar, like from different clubs, and end up having a pretty good game against France and ended up pumping him. And it was just like, I just liked getting kind of like the next crop and giving them a chance against an international team. So I like the concept, and just COVID kind of ruined that all for everyone. But it was pretty special and a good game, and I had lots of fun. Yeah.
Looking at that like under-23 side, I'd still think the Australian side would win, but I actually think you'd give them a run for their money. Like that's how good that side was.
Yeah, it was pretty stacked.
KP at the back.
I think Pubbenau was at the back. I think KP was 5'8".
Oh, no way. And Brimo was on the bench or something?
I think so. Who was half? I can't remember, but yeah, so we had a pretty good, like a Radley,
Fafita,
Crichton, Fafita were the back rowers.
Murray got upgraded, didn't he, to the main squad?
Yeah, Payne Haas got upgraded.
Yeah, wow.
So like, it was I can't remember the team, but it was pretty special to be a part of, and it was a very. I had lots of fun. You got to meet like the top squad and train against him, and it was cool. I really enjoyed it.
Okay, then 2020 rolls around. Is this a COVID year? Yeah. But in round 7, the best moment, you give the crowd the finger. Walk us through that, mate. I fucking loved this. Obviously, I didn't love the fact you were injured.
Yeah.
I didn't love the fact you were injured, but I love the fact you gave the finger to the crowd.
Yeah, I was having a good year, and I'm an angry crier. So it was just like my good mates back home all knowing that.
Yeah.
Just I was ready to kill someone, and I just remember like I broke my foot, and he like pushed me back down. And I just like lost it, like I just lost control, to be honest. I wanted to kill him. I couldn't walk, and then I seen the crowd like booing me or something. So I was like, so it's not my brightest moment,
mate. I loved it.
Yeah, but I'm a kind of like in the moment guy, and like I do stupid shit all the time. Some stupid things, stupider than the other. But I don't really have any regrets, to be honest. And it ended up being pretty funny, and mates still take the piss out of me now. So
mate, everyone's grown up with a guy that when they get angry they tear up. Mate, everyone has.
Yeah.
But I thought I loved it. I loved it. It showed you how much passion, how much you cared about the game, the match, and also the fact that you're injured.
Yeah.
Was that tough because you had such an incredible 2019?
Yeah.
Then you have this essentially like long-term-ish injury.
Yeah.
Was it one of the first long-term injuries that you'd had?
I think my first ever injury.
Wow.
So yeah, it was a bit like I just got I got the lock roll from round 1 that year, and was having a pretty good year. I had like conversations with Kevy, and it was just kind of all unfolded for me. And then I did my foot, and that probably took me a good 18 months to get back from. And so it was probably my own doing. I didn't really know how to look after injuries, and you kind of find that out through getting injured.
Yeah, rehab.
Yeah, so I wasn't really doing all that jazz, and I was drinking while injured. So you don't really kind of learn how to look after injury till you get injured. And so I found out the hard way, and then got a few more injuries and got back way quicker from them. So kind of learnt the hard way and learnt how to kind of be professional. And
it's tough, especially for a young fella, because you get injured, and so the natural response is I want to take my mind off that. So when the weekend comes around, you're like, I want to go for beers with the boys because I don't have to play. I just want to let some steam loose or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
But as a young fella, you're not thinking like that. You're just thinking, I just need my head to be sweet.
Yeah.
But as you get older,
I couldn't walk in the car, but I'd be drinking. I'd be putting weight on it, and so just not doing the right things. Like I still wouldn't change anything. Like it kind of, it's forced. It's turned me into the person I am. But just things like that.
Just young, man.
You're young and dumb, and I am a big believer. Like not like it shouldn't be, but I kind of have to learn the hard way and put myself in situations that I've got to learn from. So it's helped me in like my now. So And some people actually do have to make the mistake to learn. Yeah.
Whereas other people can get told and they seem to take it on board. It's just different ways of learning things. So in 2021, first of all, you scored your first try against the Roosters. Do you remember your first meaty or what?
I don't. I got knocked out.
Oh, in the meaty?
On the try, yeah.
Oh, no.
I think the fella got rushed to the hospital like a brain bleeding, the one I headbutted.
So you've watched the video back though?
Yeah.
What happened?
So I just I turned and then bang, and then knocked out. I remember Ryan James, he helped me up and I was like, fuck, hold me up, because I was like full lost my legs.
Yeah.
But it was pretty, I scored my first try that game, but dislocated my wrist, popped my shoulder out and got a concussion all in one game.
Oh my God.
And my first try. So
the price wasn't worth it.
Oh mate. So, it was a bit of a mixed emotion that game, and I was out for another bloody 10 weeks or something after.
Oh
that.
really?
Yeah. So I had to get shit done to my wrist, and
Yep.
it was like full crooked. It was just
in the wars.
yeah, just that next couple of years I just kept getting injured. Yeah.
It's a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people remember my 4 tries against Para.
Yeah.
What people don't remember is in that same game, Jared Hayne dropped a knee into my shoulder and chipped one of my shoulder joints.
Yeah.
Broken nose.
Yeah.
And it didn't need any more breaking, that's for sure. So yeah, that's what I remember. I remember the broken nose. If you actually see my try, you can actually see my nose all fucking munted. But yeah, it's funny. You score your first try and just get absolutely demolished. But you signed a 2-week loan to join the Bankstown, Canterbury, the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that about?
Me and Ricky were having arguments at the time. I was overweight and just not enjoying my footy, just because I kept running into these injuries, and I just kind of wanted to get away for a bit. And then I was going to leave, and that we kind of agreed to part ways, and so I went to the Bulldogs for a few weeks, and then a few weeks later, me and Ricky kind of chatted and kind of made amends, and he said, "Oh no, I want to keep you." And then so from then on, kind of just that was off season after that. I just kind of realised if I want to play this game, I've got to kind of get back to my old way. So I just got fit and come back and had a real strong pre-season. Kind of made amends with that in them years of injuries. I kind of went on my own path and stopped talking to coaches and being myself. So I just had to kind of get back to enjoying footy and just had to realise that this is what I want to do. So just got fit and started playing some good footy again. Yeah.
Mate, it's crazy how much injuries can impact you, especially when you've gone your whole life injury-free.
Yeah.
And it changes you as a person.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming, and this is just an assumption, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there was a point you got to and you were like, this isn't me. I'm not a bloke that rolls around not enjoying footy.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just ran into pretty much, I just stopped playing how I used to. I just stopped caring. Just got fat. I think I was 116 kilos when I come back from my foot. And that's heavy for me. I played 106 this year. So I was just fat, and that was when the game was getting quicker.
Yeah.
I just wasn't couldn't do the little shit that I kind of built my game along, kick chase, kick pressure. I just stopped doing all that good stuff, and just my footy just kind of went to shit for a bit there. So
so was Ricky expressing that to you, and you were disagreeing, or
no? So it was kind of just a breakdown of communication. I stopped talking to him, so he stopped talking to me. So it was just a weird. I'm pretty hard to talk to when I'm in their mood. So it's all my it was self-inflicted. So just I knew it was happening. So it was kind of just thought of, and I just had to get fit again. That's all it really came back down to. Yeah.
It's when you're a young fella and you're in those moods, you're not thinking about all that stuff.
Yeah.
You're just in this fucking mood.
Yeah. Don't really care, do you?
You don't care, and you think you think you've been hard done by, and
just
everyone's
start sucking.
Exactly. Until you kind of wake up and go, mate, you're in control of whatever you do.
Yeah.
But as we spoke about earlier, that's sometimes you've got to learn that stuff. Yeah. And so the next time you're in that mood, you can go, you know what? Hang on a sec. You don't have to do this. That's great. We speak about Ricky, maturing as a coach, his ability to go, you know what? Because you guys are literally agreed to part ways. Done.
Yeah, yeah. So I nearly signed for, I think I was talking to Kevy. I nearly came back to Bridgie and
the Broncos.
Nearly.
Ricky
it just it all just I didn't want to, but I thought our time was up. We weren't kind of agreeing on things, and
you felt on the outer.
Yeah. I think you do it to yourself. You just start sooking and don't want to train and get back, force your way back in. That's how you should.
Yeah.
If you get dropped or you got to force your way back in. You can't just walk back in.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think I just had to realise like I want to be in Canberra and I want to play footy and just all like unfolded. Yeah.
Yeah. 2022. This is where you go. You know what? Back in shape, ripping and tearing.
Yep.
How did that season feel for you? How do you think you went?
Yeah, good. I thought towards the back end of the year, then I started playing like some good footy. I played pretty like good all year round, but I think that back end of the year when I finally got like consistent games under my belt, and I started playing some good footy and some like games that I think I started playing like myself again, and we ended up going on a massive run at the back end of the year too, and getting in the finals, knocking out Melbourne.
What's that like, knocking Melbourne out in Melbourne?
Yeah,
I mean, it's the second time,
I've
isn't it?
done it a few times. Yeah. So I got like pretty lucky. Like had a little bit of success down there early on in my career. So
does Ricky have a different approach with Melbourne? Does he talk to you differently, or it just seems to be that both?
He does. Yeah,
He
I think because him and Bellamy have that.
Yeah.
Like they're obviously good mates, but they have that rivalry.
Yeah.
I think he just gets a bit excited, and somehow we get excited, but they pumped us last time we played there, so the streak's over. I think I was 5-0 down there.
Hey, it was pretty fucking. It was the longest of anyone.
Yeah, so they just pumped us, so that's done. But yeah, it was a good end of the year. I enjoyed it.
What's the before I forget about it? What's the biggest Ricky blow up you've ever seen where you've just gone, mate, that's rigged us, guys?
Well, me and have had some blows up like at each other.
Yeah.
But he's honestly doesn't blow up too much. Like he. Like,
even in the early days?
Nah, like
really? Okay.
I think I missed like his bad blow up.
Okay.
Like he obviously kicked some stuff and like you see that
the
on
normal stuff.
You see that on the bench, but he comes in maybe kicks a chair or something like. It's not like he's just like a very like out there. Like if he's angry, he's going to show you he's angry. If he's happy, like he just kind of wears his heart on his sleeve. And I think all the boys respect him for that. And probably wouldn't want it any other way. Mate. He doesn't really beat around the bush.
Even when I'm disagreeing with like something that he said in a press conference or whatever, I still love him. Like he is an ornament of rugby league, and you very rarely do you get a guy like him that, as you said, wears his heart on his sleeve. Like what you see is what you're getting with him. Like whether you agree or disagree, at least you're getting something real.
Yeah, it would be a boring game if everyone just was just straight and
100%.
Yeah, so I like it.
Okay, so. So 2022 happens. 2023 comes in, and like my opinion, easily your best year. Maybe you have a different best year, but I thought you were outstanding this year, mate. You score 2 tries against Cronulla.
Yeah.
Well, how'd you score those 2? I mean, I've got to talk about a forward's tries.
Yeah, just the simple fucking hit me short on the line and fall over the line. So
2 meaties though in the game.
It was pretty special, and it was just funny, like first double, and I just kind of was in the right place at the right time. That's normally how it goes with a barge over front row try. But it was a funny game, and I think that was the first win of the year to start off the little run of ours. So it was very fun, and I enjoyed it. Yeah.
And so look, I don't know if you got anything against Maddo, but round 11, you got sin bin just punching him.
It was just a push. Nah, I just like I said, like I just have them moments of brain snaps, and like I said, it's not out of my game yet. But
what, Maddo again?
Yeah,
mate, he's in your head. He's niggling you. He's a niggler.
Yeah, I don't even know why. Like I just seen someone push Huddy, and
you just
I kind of like to back my teammates. Like I'm not in like a dickhead way or anything, but just like to back up my teammates, and he was just first. He was the first one there, so
it wasn't even a close fish. It was just a push.
I can't remember.
That's great. That's great. Okay, but this is the year that you okay. We'll talk about the negative first, but we want to talk about the positive, obviously, because you make obviously your Origin debut this year. But then the shoulder charge you get done for 4 weeks.
Yeah,
was that tough to take? It's like 4 weeks.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think it was a shoulder charge personally. Like I probably did 2 that game. Probably were shoulder charges that they didn't even pick up on, and I think the system's a bit weird at the moment. Like it was a grade 1 4 weeks, doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Had to take it on the chin and get on with me footy, and I've still got 2 games next year, so which sucks. But it's not much I can really do about it now, is there?
It's tough, eh? Because like I'm sure you get where they're coming from. Player safety. You're a player.
Yeah.
Like you're a player. You don't want to get all bashed up.
Yeah.
It's like at the same time, like
Yeah. Like I hit him cleanly. He wasn't hurt. Got up, played the ball. Like it wasn't no
4
duty
weeks.
of care. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a bit weird. I don't really know what to say about it, but like, I just had to take it on the chin.
Yeah. But your Origin debut, mate. So happy for you.
Yeah.
Do you remember how it all come about? The phone call, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I just remember like the second camp gave me. I was in the squad and he said I'm close and all that jazz. So it was really special to be a part of that game too when we won the series.
What's it like rolling into that camp? Billy Slater, Cameron Smith, Jonathan
JT,
Thurston,
Nate Miles. It was pretty cool. I was a bit like not shy, but a bit like standoffy early on. Just didn't know how to didn't want to put myself out there and be a dickhead or But no, they're all legends, and it was a really fun camp and had a good night early on in the camp. Got to kind of meet everyone and then end up winning the series and rolling to Caxton line up of people like kind of walking us in.
Yeah.
It was pretty special, and it ended up being like a really good night. All the boys got around it, and so it was a pretty special.
I've heard some yarns from that night, just quietly.
Yeah, and then game 3, obviously playing, it was special. Yeah,
We'll get to when you debuted, but when you're sitting on the sideline, we clinched a series in Suncorp, didn't we?
Yeah.
Could you ever imagine as a young fella that you'd be part of this squad on the sidelines of Suncorp to clinch an Origin series?
Yeah, it was pretty special. They pumped them too, didn't they?
Like pretty strong win.
Yeah. So it was good to be a part of and seeing everyone just running on the field and
Bro, you're celebrating with Thurston.
Yeah, it was really cool. Like it was a bit weird for me again. I didn't play.
Yeah, and you knew as well.
Yeah, I was didn't want to carry on. You don't want to be an idiot, but it's just cool to be a part of and seeing everyone so happy and it was good
So
moment.
in that first week, what did you notice about the way guys like Smithy, Slater, JT, Nate Miles, Hene, is there a different way they carry themselves in training or the different training method? What's the difference, do you think?
Yeah, they're very very detailed, especially Billy and Smith. They're very in a good way. Say you get up and chase Munster, but you put them on the wrong shoulder. They clip everything and just tell you how to do it. Everyone knows how to do it, but sometimes you just need reminding.
Yeah.
So they kind of just get very detailed and very high speed. They short, hard reps. So it's I liked it.
Yeah.
And everything was kind of not 100%, but everything was make the shot.
Intense.
Yeah, intense.
It's interesting. It sounds putting on the right shoulder. Of course, we all know what the right shoulder is, but maybe it's changed. But very rarely do you get pulled up for that. That's not something usually in a video session.
Yeah.
A coach is going, "Hey, you did a mad chase, but you've actually got him on the wrong shoulder." Usually, the coach would see that and go, "Oh, but he did the chase, so it's all good."
Yeah.
That's detail. That's detail.
Yeah, and that's what's going to win you big moments. And so I think they're just big on the little things that lead to the big thing. And it was a bit of an eye opener. I try to take that back into my footy. I started doing more little things, and I think we had some good success from it. So I think that's a very important part of my game. And
Did you get a call from Billy to come into camp, or was it someone else that called you?
Yeah,
coming in?
Billy rang me both times. Yeah, he's just pretty straight and nail. Just first time he said, "Oh, congrats, but you're not playing." And the second time, pretty much straight to it.
Yeah, you're playing.
Yeah, so it's
Mate,
pretty
what a buzz.
pretty exciting. Yeah,
To get a call from Billy Slater, Billy the Kid.
Yeah.
Billy the Kid. Okay, debut. You're sitting in Core Stadium with a Queensland jersey on.
Yeah.
Next to other playing for the Maroons.
Yeah.
What's that feeling like?
It was pretty crazy. I actually was when I finally got out there, got a massive adrenaline dump, and it's just something I've never experienced. And I think if I ever get the chance again, I'll be better for it. But I kind of, I've never experienced my legs just went jelly, and I think the moment gets me a bit. But I loved it. It was we obviously didn't get the win, but just to be a part and finally get that childhood dream that I've been running, when I run in the off season now, I think about Queensland. I think about playing for Queensland and doing so it's to finally get to do that, it was pretty special. Yeah.
Yeah, like to think that, so however many years, you're doing the hard yards in the off season by yourself, and you're literally thinking about Queensland. You're like, I want to play for Queensland. This is for playing for Queensland. And then you actually get to do it.
Yeah.
Just amazing. Is there any moment on the game that you can kind of remember that just sticks out, just a tiny moment?
Not really. I remember my first carry, I just tried to run hard and I ended up running to bloody Liam Martin, and probably the hardest hitters on the team. But so that wasn't probably my smartest idea. But it was like, again, it was kind of like the grand final, like a big blur. And like I remember we were getting carved up like that. Bradman Best ended up having a good game in that. So it was just like it was just just a big blur. But I loved it. Yeah.
Incredible. Like, so when you finish the game and you get to, I'm assuming your father and your mother or whatever were there. Yeah. Walking over in the Queensland jersey. Is that what's that moment like?
No, it was very special. I had I think I ended up getting like 30 tickets or something. So to see all my mates and my family, and they all got to go on the field. A lot of them came back into the shed, so it was a very special moment. Just like especially for my mum and dad, they're very passionate people, and they care about me a lot, and obviously they love footy. So just to see them happy, and like all my brothers and sisters in the shed with me, and that was pretty special. Yeah,
so good, bro, so good. Now you're a rookie, so you probably can't say. I was going to say, who's the biggest pest in the Queensland squad? Because you're a rookie, you probably can't put that out there unless you're keen to put it out there.
No, it's pretty. I think Harry Grant's the biggest pest, or maybe Munster too. But I think that's pretty obvious.
That's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Okay, biggest pest in the Raiders squad.
The Raiders. I'd have to give it to Hudson.
I've heard Starling's undercover pest.
Oh, sorry, they're pretty close mates too. So they kind of feed off each other, and but I think I'd have to give it to Huddy. He just doesn't stop. He just always making weird sounds or doing something weird. But he's a legend. But he's a pest. Yeah.
And so like heading into this year, what I loved about your game, especially this year for yourself, so heading into next year, is you kind of lock down that 13 role, and I'm assuming you're going to work even more on your ball playing. Yep. But just the amount of work you got through every single week, like I just can't remember a season where, to be honest, I didn't know you had that kind of motor on you. Yeah. Is that something that you're like, okay, that's the standard now? So next year I have to do that, plus I have to improve in certain areas.
Yeah, well, I think I had that good little middle period when I played some good footy, and then I kind of fizzled out the back, like my work, what I was doing. Like I was still doing the little things, but so I just kind of want to like drop a few more kilos and then just go to that next level. I want to be putting my foot forward for like rep teams and rep jerseys. So that's kind of I feel like this year was just kind of that should be my platform now. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I'm going to be working hard, and because I love winning and playing good footy, and it makes footy so much more enjoyable. And so if I'm fit and playing good footy, I'm doing everything I can to win games. So
And we always hear these yarns about ball playing locks. Is that something that you're going to work a lot on in the off season?
Yeah. I don't really see myself like too much as a ball player, but I just kind of found myself in that role, and so I kind of got to work on that now and take that to the next level, just to take my game like to hopefully better levels. And obviously I've got Joseph and Big Papa outside me, so I want to be giving them the ball as much as I can, because they're probably two of the best props in the game, especially Taps. He's found a new level these last few years, and I'm excited.
I mean, a perfect example, I think, Paddy Carrigan a couple of years ago, he was just a front rower, a really good front rower, and then he worked a bit on his ball playing, and it's not like he's not Joey Johns, but just that extra string to his bow. It's just opens up space for you,
Yeah, if you do it well, it's like, look at Radley when he was killing it. Like he was pretty much like their attack at one stage. So it's like you said, it's just a good skill to have, and if you're not working on it, like you're pretty silly. Yeah.
And did you sign a long-term deal this year?
Yeah. Just recently.
How many years?
To 27.
To 27.
Yeah.
What's that feeling like to be?
It's good. Just the security and like just kind of all your hard work, like paying off, and so it's kind of nice to finally get like the reward in sense, and be able to focus on my career now. So
Yeah.
yeah,
You're locked in. You know what I mean? Like there's no stresses about, will I be here? Well, you can just go, you know what? All I need to focus is playing good footy now.
yeah. So I'm excited for the years to come, and hopefully I can play some good footy and win some games with the boys. And
Yep.
yeah.
And have you got any hobbies outside of footy?
I'm a big gamer.
Yeah. What games?
I love Rust.
Rust, yes.
If you know Rust.
So you're a PC man then?
Yes, PC.
What graphics card are you rolling? 460?
Oh, I just got a new one.
It'd be a 400
it's
GTX,
not
GeForce.
cheap. I can't even remember.
Are you NVIDIA or are you is it Asus? No, what's the other? Anyway.
My mate actually, I got it to build. He built it all for me.
builds it?
I couldn't actually tell you
Okay.
what's in it, but he's a big nerd. And
It'd be a GeForce 460.
yeah, like it wasn't
GTX.
cheap. But I used to be PlayStation.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like learning all the parts and all that jazz as they go, because something always pops up and you got to buy something new.
Yeah.
And, but I'm loving it. I love Rust, and kind of just because all my good mates from home still play. So
That's mad.
and bit of golf. I'm big, not the best, but
You have a dig.
I have a crack. Yeah.
So for people listening, Rust is like again, and please correct me, but basically it's not a massively multiplayer online game in the sense it's like a static big world, but it is like servers of maybe 100 people or less.
Yeah.
And you basically start with nothing. The servers are permanent. Once you die, you lose your shit.
Yeah. It's kind of like Minecraft and GTA, like shooting and building, and it's a bit weird, bit nerdy, but like all my good mates play it, and it's kind of just very toxic, like
Very toxic.
It's,
Griefing each other and shit, trolling each other. Yeah.
So it's pretty funny. Like, I wouldn't repeat the things you hear on it. But
Oh, no way.
it's a pretty funny game, and kind of just takes your mind off like all the serious shit in life. And
What I love about, what I used to love when I was growing up about the internet is like when you're on the net, like everyone's equal.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter what you look like, where you're from, nothing. Like all that matters is like, you know what I mean? You can just all equal. And also there's nothing more enjoyable than like the crew of the boys and just fucking around doing whatever.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Hi, Cobbett. My name's Corey Duranga.
Cool.
Like I've had it since I was a kid. So just every time I'm just like someone kills me or something, I just say, you're a ranger. Like just get sprayed. I'm like, oh, here we go again. Like, it's just so funny. Like,
100%.
Makes your skin a bit thicker too.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
Cobbett,
Absolutely. Have you played any other PC games or anything like that?
I play like COD, GTA.
Yeah.
I play like a lot of games.
Did you see GTA 6 is getting trailers dropping like in a bit?
New COD comes out today.
Yeah,
That's what
today.
you've ran into me COD time, so I'm gonna buy it when I get home and start growing on it.
Oh, fuck, that's so good. So you a battle royale man or you a multiplayer man?
Battle Royale. Yeah.
So what's the new map called again? Because you've got Verdansk,
I don't even know.
there's a new map now.
I couldn't tell you, right?
Yeah, okay.
I haven't really been following it, to be honest.
Yeah, okay.
I've been stuck in the Rust world for a little bit now.
Yeah, all right. You know what? Because you seem very stuck in the Rust world. I reckon what's going to happen is you'll play 1 or 2 games of COD, but you're like, nah, I want to get back to Rust.
Yeah.
That's what me. That's used to happen to me. Mate, ask all the boys this. Favourite rapper of all time?
Favorite rapper?
Yeah.
Of all time, I'd have to give it to Eminem.
Yeah.
I still listen to his music today. So I'd have to.
Okay. Eminem?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're big Eminem. This guy, fucking suck him off if you had a chance.
Yeah.
Seriously. Unbelievable love for him. Unbelievable. Favourite movie of all time?
Benchwarmers.
Benchwarmers.
Yeah.
It's the first time we've heard Benchwarmers.
It's funny.
Okay.
You know it?
Yeah. It's the isn't it with the they're not, are they nerds? Like
They're
3
like
nerds?
like 2 nerds and 1 fake nerd, and they play like baseball against
Yeah.
kids. It is funny. They can't make movies like that.
That's not the
anymore.
one where it's like he has that birth certificate, is it? And he's
Yeah.
like, I am 40.
Yeah. I am 12 and he's like 40.
Yeah. Oh, great movie.
Yeah.
Brother, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. And, mate, I'll absolutely be looking towards you this next year. And massive good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it, mate.
Boom.